Hey, it's Matthew David, the Minister of Allowing, and I'm here in my upstairs office at Allow Ministries, and I want to give you something special tonight. I'm not just going to give you a top 10 review of the most effective law of attraction techniques that can get you into alignment, that can help you manifest whatever you're asking for, but I'm going to also give you a opportunity to get a quick, like 1 to 5 minute training on each one of them by texting in for whichever one you want, or all of them if you want, and I'll give you a private video and I'll get you trained in all of them based on the specific use for each one. It might be a good idea because wherever you seem to be stuck, you can take one technique and you can just instantly shift things. And that's my purpose for you, and I want that to happen for you. So that's what we're doing here. Now, why should you listen to me? Well, in 2009, I was bedridden with Lyme disease. I was dying. I was 50 pounds lighter than I am now. You see, I'm at 185 solid muscle. I was down 50 pounds at that time. I was skinny and I was dying. And it was almost 2 years that I was bedridden. And in that time, I bankrupted. I lost everything. And it was the hardest, most painfully, enduring time I could ever imagine. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But during that time, I also learned to turn to God and to look towards spiritual principles that can turn things around. And I put in thousands of hours of research. But here's the clincher, is that fast forward a couple years later, I had manifested a 6-figure and then a 7-figure income while I was still recovering from the same couch where I was sick and still halfway immobilized. And then a couple years later, I manifested perfect well-being. Same principles, spiritual principles, and today I train like a pro athlete. I've built multiple 7-figure incomes, and these are based on laws, okay, of the spiritual realm, okay? I want to help you with those. That's what my ministry is. So today, I want to give you the top 10 super exciting techniques. I think you're going to love them. And first, before I get started, my newest mini book that came out, see, this is really thin, really easy, but the information is so jam-packed. It is so deep. It's the deepest information I've discovered yet. You can get a free copy of this. You can go to Luxur, LUXUR.space, and it comes with a free training. But keep that till the end. But I'm excited about it because it's how to manifest money and success fast by reversing the law of attraction. All right. So let's get into the top 10, and then I'll talk about some of the other things that I have available for you at the end, okay? So number 10, okay, is something called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. So in a nutshell, what it is it's tapping meridian points. Tap, 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 tap. And you focus on your block, your energetic block, your problem while you're tapping, and it helps free up the meridian system so that you can release whatever that block is. So the bonus for you is if you want to text EFT to 608-530-6658, and from further reference, I'll call this the number. But you text EFT to the number, and you can get the bonus trading video. I'll take you through the top 10 limiting money beliefs, and I'll walk you through the tapping sequence to help you clear them right on the spot. So if you want to do that, now the use case for this is that we grow up in certain situations and environments where people impose their beliefs upon us. Maybe you didn't grow up with a lot of money. Maybe somebody taught you that to be rich is to be evil, or that only people that lie, cheat, and steal get ahead in life. You know, these kind of beliefs can inhibit the flow for you. So we can do something about that with Emotional Freedom Technique. It's a great use value technique. Now, number 9 is what I call the infinite wallet, okay? Now, the infinite wallet is similar to what Abraham Hicks teaches about, spending the money, like imagine spending the $100 everywhere you go. But I want to show you how to take it a step further. I'm going to show you how to use what I call the storehouse principle. So if you text storehouse to the number, you can have that training video, and I will show you how to create a storehouse so you can do this all the time and put this infinite money principle to work for you every single day, and it compounds in its effectiveness, and it truly is an extraordinary technique. Now, number 8 is what I call releasing, okay, aka letting go. So the bonus I have for you on this is a quick 10-second method. You see, I can show you how in 10 seconds to release most of your resistance towards anything so that you can come back into a state of alignment. So when you create resistance, you're actually pushing away what you say you want. And when we want things, ironically enough, we create resistance by wanting them. So what I want to do is show you a quick 10-second technique that can help you rid those real fast. So you can text releasing to the number and you can get that training. It's very powerful. Now here, use case scenario. Whenever you're striving for something and you get really excited about it, you tend to grasp, okay? Now imagine if you took your hand and you went underwater and you tried to grab water, it would scatter. That's the principle, is that when you grasp, things scatter. That's wanting. Wanting equals lack equals pushing it away. So we want to release that resistance and then we come into allowing. This is great for people who have an issue with that. Now number 7 is a technique I developed called SALUTE. It's an acronym. Okay, that acronym is very powerful, and I can show you a quick start instruction on how to use it if you text I salute to the number. Now, why would you want to learn how to salute? Well, what saluting does is it helps you enable the most powerful force for wealth attraction that you have available to you outside of your inner kingdom. Now, your inner kingdom, I'm going to focus on in the earlier part of the numbers, but in the outer kingdom, the law goes like this. It's not what you know, it's who you know that determines your wealth. Your 5 closest friends are going to equal the amount of wealth for you. So take your 5 closest friends, take all their incomes and divide it by 5, and that'll probably be your income. That is a law of averages. So I'm going to show you a method on how you can plant seeds of honor to bring favor and get aligned with people who are out of reach for you. Now, you see, if you're making $50,000 or $100,000 a year, then chances are somebody who's earned $10 million a year or more doesn't have much motivation to hang out with you. But I'm going to show you how to turn the tables on that and how to create a dynamic force so that you can attract high-powered mentors into your life. And these people can help you increase your net worth in all areas faster than you can imagine, because mentorship is success without the wait. So learn that technique again. Now, number 6 is Oponopono. Okay, I'm going to show you how in less than a minute you can master this simple technique. Text HPNO to the number. And the reason why you want to use this is all the way back to the beginning, Dr. Len, had this technique, and he practically healed an entire ward of mentally insane people by just using 4 simple phrases, taking full responsibility for everything that showed up in his life and using these phrases to basically change the consciousness within all situations that was emerging from within himself. And if you're willing to take full responsibility for your life, okay, Ho'oponopono is magic. It will change things dramatically for you in the most least effort way, most efficient way possible. But if you're not willing to take full responsibility, don't use it, okay? That's the caveat for that. Now, number 5 is called Playbook, all right? Now, the free strategy I'll give you is I'll teach you how to use a playbook, and I'll teach you how to create one, and you can use it for 3 minutes a day. Now, don't overlook this. You can text the word playbook to the number. The reason why you want to do this is because, well, you see, I created a playbook. Okay, I'll show you how to make your own, or you can get access to one of these. Is that the only reason men fail is broken focus. Men, women, doesn't matter what you say. The only reason people fail is broken focus. So if you learn how to keep your focus on what you want, and you learn how to come from inspired action, which I'll show you in some of the top 3 keys, then what you can do is you can become unstoppable. See, if nobody can break your focus, nobody can beat you. So having a daily strategy playbook is so critically important, so important. Okay, so number 4 is something that revolutionized my life. It's called highest excitement living. So the bonus is I'm going to reveal why this is critical to your success if you text excitement to the number. I'll give you a private training video on that. Now, here's the deal. When you follow your highest excitement, it's not always going to resonate with this up here. So I want to give you a video to help you overcome some of that nonsense coming from your reasoning mind about why you shouldn't do that and you should sacrifice for the lesser version of what you are capable of doing. I want to tell you why it's so critically important, because When I started doing that, it was one of the major factors from when I was bedridden with Lyme disease and how I gained everything back, is I turned my back on the world opinions of man, and I started following that excitement, and bam, things started to line up, okay? I'll teach you more about it in the private training video. Number 3 is something I developed called Safe Touch, okay? Now, you can learn this incredible 1-minute technique very fast. If you text STU to the number, I'll walk you through the technique. I'll teach it to you. Here's why it's important. You have attractive forces and you have repellent forces. Anytime you are holding on to guilt, condemnation, or shame regarding anything that you perceived you had a role in, you are going to create a repellent force that pushes away what you are drawing to you. Safe touch is the fastest, most powerful way to release yourself, to rid yourself of that magnetic field of resistance that you hold within your DNA every time you allow yourself to become under the spell of guilt, shame, and condemnation. And here's another tip. Anytime you have shame, you will repeat the action. Anytime you have shame, you will repeat the action. So Safe Touch is in my top 3 for that very specific reason. Now, number 2 is something that I developed called ABC Break Process. And you're probably saying, well, geez, you developed half these techniques. Well, let me tell you this. I spent over $300,000 in my journey getting well when I was bedridden with Lyme disease on healers, mentors, programs, trainings, workshops, anything you can think of. I sought it out and I searched for it. So ABC Break Process is a hybrid of a few techniques put into one, and it teaches you how to come to solution-based consciousness and gather ideas and thoughts from the solution, not from the problem. It's a revolution in the way that you look at the world and the way that you think. And it is critically important, so powerful. I'll show you how to master this in under 5 minutes. Text ABP, not ABC, but ABP to the number, and you will have access to that training video. Number 1, okay? Unfortunately, I am not going to teach you this one for free. I teach it as an impartation in my workshops or in my online trainings because I must observe you doing it. It has to do with state of being, state. It has to do with the vibrational resonance you're in and locking in a specific frequency within yourself, because whatever magnetic field frequency you're putting out is the quality behind every action you take. It's the quality of the seed that creates every harvest in your life. See, karma is action, cellular memory, reaction. So I want to know what quality of seed is going into that. So this is called SETs, Self-Entrainment Techniques. Most powerful technique that I teach, that I've discovered, and it's a hybrid of other things that I've learned as well. It's you can learn about it at the Spiritual Millionaire Workshop, okay? Or you can do the SETs training online. If you text SETs to the number, you can learn about it, or you can visit allowuniversity.com, and I have a video that explains why this is the most powerful vibrational alignment tool I've ever discovered, and I use it to basically stay at the top of my game all the time, and it works so fast, so efficient, very, very powerful. Now, I'm not done yet. There is a number 0. Now, this would be incomplete if I didn't honor God and teach you about the most powerful prosperity formula ever in all of existence, and that is Malachi 3:10, and that is about tithing. That's about restoring your covenant with your Creator and not honoring the little god of this world, the little paper dollars that you hold, but honoring the true God where all prosperity flows from. And this changed my life. When I was bedridden and bankrupt, I began tithing. And tithing, I give all credit to God. God prospers me, and God has not failed in almost 18 years of doing tithing. So tithing plus non-judgment plus the highest excitement is what I call the 3-2-1 prosperity formula. I've been rinsing and repeating it for years to build multiple prosperous companies, and I did it when I was bedridden and bankrupt. It got me out of that gutter and put me into a literal palace in a few years where I was living in a $5.5 million house on top of the hill. So I went from a house with bugs in it crawling over me when I was bankrupting with Lyme disease, and then in a few years I was living in a $5.5 million built mansion on top of the hill, driving exotic cars, 7-figure income. You see, I couldn't do that on my own human effort if I tried, but I understood spiritual principles, and those principles and that honor that I gave to my Creator exalted me. And God is no respecter of persons. God will do the same for you. That's me ministering to you right there. So MatthewDavidHurtado.com is my website. And these are the most powerful tools that I've discovered, and they will bless you if you're willing to take advantage of them and use them. Now, my first #1 best-selling book is called Allow. It's a very good, quick study read. It's I'm very, very excited about this because this is one of probably the best book I've written so far yet. There's another one coming, but I won't tell you about that right now. This one, you can text allow to the number and you can get it for free. And you can also go to MatthewDavidHurtado.com and get it right to your computer as well. You can read it on your smartphone or your computer, or you can just buy one. It doesn't matter. And you can have that information and read it. And then my #1 international best-selling book that came out a couple years ago, Ask Until It Is Given. That book is at askuntilitisgiven.com on your computer, or text ask to the number and you can have that book for free. So hopefully I haven't bombarded you with too much, but I wanted to give you some quick nuggets. You pick and choose what you want, and I'll be on the other side as your minister, downloaded, beam me down right in the chair, looking at you right through the screen, and I'll take you through a 5-minute training for each technique. I'll get you squared away. I'll get you learned on all of them. You can take them, you can apply them, and you can prosper. And that is my purpose for you, so that you shall prosper and be in health, right? That's what God wants for you. That's what I want for you. Take care. God bless.